Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I are young Afrika. I like playing video games. I like watching rugby. The Cheetahs are my favorite span. And I like drinking brannas and beer. And I love Jack Sparrow and Francois van Coke and all the stuff that they does. It's amazing. Right. So I know I've told you guys last week that I is going to do a top 5 poepholer and a top 5 non-poepholer list. Right? But there's not. The poepholer are so many that if I make it bigger than 3, then I have to make like a top 10 poepholer list. Right? And the same goes for the non-poepholer list. So what I are going to do is I are going to break it down to 3. To 3. 1, 2, 3. To 3 poepholer and 3 non-poepholer for 2000 and what is it? 15? Yes, for 2015. Okay, right. So let's go to the poepholer list. Number 3. The ANC Women's League, thinking that a victim of a shooting should be rotting in jail. That's number 3, right? Number 2 and number 1 has the same thing in common, right? But let's go to number 2. Number 2, it's David van Rooyen. He was a finance minister for South Africa for 4 days. Right? For 4 fucking days. Right? He's a dumb poephol. He doesn't know anything about finances, and he only got the position because he was friends with Jacob Zuma's. Right? And of course, we go to the number 1. Number 1 poephol, Mr. Jacob Zuma from South Africa. The president. The current president. They're having a campaign now that says Zuma must fall. So that is cool. Mr. President, this one's for you. Right. This is what he did in the last week alone. This is not even for the entire year. Right? For the last week alone, he fired his previous finance minister because the guy didn't give him enough monies. And then he hired a second prime minister called financial minister. Sorry, not prime minister. He fired his first financial minister because the guy didn't want to give him free reign over monies. And then he hired another guy, David van Rooyen, which was number 2, if you remember correctly. And then after David van Rooyen served 4 days in as a finance minister, he hired another guy. So in less than 2 weeks, South Africa has had 3 finance ministers. It looks like it's going better now, but Zuma, you are still a poephol. Right. And now to go on to honorable mentions of the poepholer list. Right? And there's actually only one. It are a guy who commented on my video. This is like grouped together with all the threats I've been getting on YouTube and everything. Right? This guy, and I'm gonna try and translate what he said. He said, pseudo-commoner and just another way to represent the Afrikaner, Afrikaner, as one-celled amoeba with half a brain cell. And then he comes to me directly. Jan, that is me again. Your other job is probably breakdown manager. I don't know what the breakdown manager is. So Mick Oliver, if you could tell me what the breakdown manager are, then I can tell you yes or no. Right? If it's breakdown like breakdancing, I am amazing at that, then I'm definitely a breakdown manager. Because, then he said, your other job is probably breakdown manager, because I think that 24 hours in the same seat created a colony or a swarm of lice in my ass, in my poephol. that destroyed my entire brain. And then he's like, there is hope for peoples like yous. But the healing process takes a long time. And then he said, in my case, I will firstly die of old age before the medicine, that is the healing, will work. And then he said in parentheses, keep at doing the breakdown thing. And then he said, me, Jan, are uiter shit. Honorable mentions. You wanted to be on YouTube, Mick Olivier? You is on YouTube. You fucking poephol. Right, everybody there. That was my top 3 poepholler. And then there's a 4th honorable mention called poepholler, called from poepholler. And dude, you is fucking, that is amazing. That is amazing that you thinks those things. Right? Because you being an Afrikaner just proved the whole point why I makes these videos. Right. Now let's go to non-poepholler. This is going to be a long fucking video. Okay, guys? Let's go to non-poepholler. Number 1 non-poepholler, and this is a combination, is Francois van Coke and Karen Zoid with their song Toe Vind Ek Jou. Right? That is Then I Found You in translation. It is amazing, guys. You should go and listen to it and go and translate it. Right? It is fucking amazing. The second non-poephol that makes this list is Mr. Mumusi Mamaimani. Right? He's the opposition party dude for the ANC. He will be the reason, hopefully, that Zuma will not be a president for much, much longer. Right? Right? And then, lastly, but not least, is the people watching these videos of mine. Right? You are not poepholler. Right? Isn't that a surprise? That is a more surprise, I think. You are not poepholler for watching these videos. Right? Good job. Good job, non-poepholler. Right? And then honorable mentions, as always, Jack Parrow, with all his new songs that he released this year. Man, it takes me back to my childhoods. And it's amazing that that will happen. So, that is me with my poepholler and non-poepholler list. If there are any more poepholler or non-poepholler that you know, you should mention it in the comment section below. And until next time, next week, I'm going to say